Hey guys, this is Ralph Greenwood here, and I'm on the set of the car barn, um, working along kind of slowly, but steadily. Now, as you guys know, I model the Chicago-Columbus main line. That was the Pennsylvania Railroad, ran from Columbus to Chicago. The portion that I model is from Bradford, Ohio to Logansport, Indiana. But I'm wanting to ask you guys, we have all this community. We have hundreds, probably thousands of model railroaders. Have you ever wondered when you see other modelers, you look at their videos and stuff like that, do you ever think about, I wonder how a train would get from my area that I model to theirs? Okay? Would it be physically possible? Number one. Would it be prototypical? Or can you factually say that it did happen? Well, there's a guy named EJ&E Jeff, and he models the Elgin, Joliet, and Eastern Railroad up in Illinois, and part of it goes into Indiana. It's like I read some about the J, as it's called, and it's on a website called American-Rails.com. I will put a link down in the description. And it tells a lot about the history, how the J, as it's called, was developed. And it was established in 1887. It took a while, and they had to it was built in steps. And finally in 2013 it was merged into the Canadian National. Okay. Now EJ&E Jeff, he models, I just emailed him not too long ago. He is going to model there's a big yard, the East Joliet yard, and some industries around there. And also he told me that he just recently got he got a hold of some steel mill kits. And I'm thinking that he's doing like there's a section of the J that goes around to Gary. Okay, so, I kept thinking about this, and I want to go on Google Earth and show you guys where what I model, okay, it goes from Columbus to Chicago, and it does it intersects with the J, and there was an interchange. Factual, there was. I've looked at, I not only have read accounts, I've looked at some old topographic maps that showed the interchange itself. So, let's get on the computer. We will fire up Google Earth, and I've got the path made out. We'll show you all about it. And I want to tell you, take a look at EJ and Jeff's channel, EJ&E Jeff, his channel. I will put a link to his channel in the description down below. So, let's get going.
Okay guys, we're here at 18th Street Yard. This is in Logansport, Indiana. This is the one end of the area that I'm going to model. And this red line represents the rest of the Panhandle line that will go to Chicago. So we're going to take off here, and we're going to go over, we're going to turn to our right. We're going to cross the Wabash River. I do want to show you guys this facility right here. This is Transco. This was once a Pennsylvania shop, and there is a turntable there. but it's a rail car facility where they paint the cars, maintain them. So I'd show you that. So, okay, now we're going south of. We're south of downtown Logansport. We're traveling in westerly direction here. We're kind of winding around. We're crossing the Eel River there, and we're on the west side of Logansport. And we are on the Pennsylvania Railroad Effner branch. Now my layout models will model the PC era. Okay, now we're turning to the right here. If we were going straight, we would be heading for Effner, Illinois, and a TP, and we would hook up with the TP and W. So now we're going north. And we take a curve here. And we come to Royal Center. Yeah, okay, and Thornhope. There's two granaries. There's one granary at Royal Center. There's two of them here at Thornhope. I'm pretty sure they still operate. There's Star City. And we'll get through Winnemac here. There's some industries here. Part of the Panhandle line is a trail now. I think we've already passed it. I'm not sure how long it is. I do want to remind you guys to check out EJ&E Jeff's channel, because if you're there's Denim. If you're an American Flyer fan, he has an American Flyer video that's very popular, and if you ought to check that out. Okay, now we're going to come here to the junction. There's a Erie line and there's a C&O line. We're going to be riding right to the C&O line is going to be on our right, and we will cross the Erie line again. And we'll do a curve up here at La Crosse. I don't have any records of an interchange between the C&O and the Pennsylvania at La Crosse. So I can't say anything about that. But as we go further down, we'll come to Couts, which there was an interchange. I saw it on a topographical map. So a PC train could take the Erie line, which would end up in Griffith. But I don't know for sure that ever happened. I know that Erie trains did run on PC rails. Here's Hebron. There's some granaries there. There's granaries in about all these little towns here. And there's Leroy. Now I think we're coming into Crown Point. And again, the Erie comes close, but there's no interchange. And we'll kind of ride alongside them for a while. And this, right when we come up on this yellow-orange line here at Hartsdale, that's the EJ&E. That is the J at Hartsdale. And there was a interchange at Hartsdale. And I believe I zoom in here real quick. And show it. I was thinking that okay, yeah. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. And you'll see my cursor move around here. I'm showing you where the interchange was. The train would have to come up and back in. That's where I saw the interchange when I looked at an old topographical map. Plus, I received okay, let me do this. This green line, after we cross this green line, we're in Illinois. EJ&E Jeff sent me an old document from the J that listed that place, Hartsdale, as a interchange. So, okay, now we're getting into, okay, we're West Pullman. We're on our way to 59th Street Yard in Chicago, Washington Heights, and I believe that we are now we're basically in South Chicago now, and there is 59th Street Yard. 59th Street Yard is still active today. There's a lot of railway business that comes out of it. Okay, here I'm showing you Griffith. Now this is our Erie line. It ended up going to Griffith. The C&O line went there too. Now the C&O line, there was an interchange, but I do not know about the Erie. I'm not sure about that. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show you, see this up here from East Joliet, there was more of the J that ran up to Elgin. And this is the East Joliet yard. This is one that Jeff is going to model. Quite a pretty good size yard there. And we're going to come back. We are going to go over here to, we're going to show you over here in Gary, because this is where, okay, this line at one time, to see how this line curves around this runway, it wasn't always that way. It used to go straight, and we can zoom in and you can see the where it used to be. It used to go straight, and then there was a line that went off to the right and went to the Gary steel mills, and then there was another one that went, I believe, along this route that I'm showing you right here, and then went south of East Chicago, and then there were like two branches that came off of it. And I'm going to look at these steel mills here. That's pretty impressive. Pretty good sized place there. And I'm just kind of zooming around there looking. Okay, guys, this is my explanation of how a train would get from the area that I was modeling to EJ&E Jeff's. Please leave me your comments. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a great day. Thanks. Bye.